Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another week in GTA Online. This week, there's some new stuff for you to play in the form of 8 new stunt races. If you want to know which ones they are and how you can recognize them, look on your screen and you will see a screenshot of every single new race. If you want to play them individually, what you should do is go to your online tab, then jobs, play job, stunt races, and then just simply navigate to one of the new races so you can play them for sure. Another way of doing this is by going to this location on the map right here, where you'll be able to launch the job and also play one of the new stunt races too. It should possibly be just only those races, and it's an easy way of trying to play these races with some new players too. For bonus money this week, of course, there's still going to be triple cash and RP on Motor Wars, as well as, of course, stunt races, because they're new stunt races, so this is their way of promoting it. As well as double cash and RP on the Simian contact missions. And if you want to make some money this week and you don't like the sound of Kuiper Rico, then doing triple cash stunt races is definitely also a very good option. You can earn up to about $120,000 and also a lot of RP too. I believe if you win a race, you will also get like 32,000 RP for just simply winning a race with enough players in there. I believe it caps out at about 14 players as far as I recall correctly, so make sure you have a lobby with at least 16 so you can make sure that if people do leave, which they do tend to do because they're losing, you won't miss out on your valuable RP. Money-wise, it's also a very lucrative way. Also make sure, of course, that you will play the race for long enough in order to actually reach that. The amount of money that caps out is at 8 minutes per race, so definitely try to make sure to either hit that or go for the 4-minute mark. Having races around the 4-minute mark is generally a better idea because of the money per hour type of perspective, but in general, go out there and check out the new stunt races, see how you like them, and earn some decent money while you're doing it as well. For discounts this week, there is 40% off facilities and renovations, a free firework launcher, as well as 35% off the Avenger and the Scramjet, 40% off the Gauntlet Classic Custom, Hydra, Conjali, Chernobog, RCV, Thruster, Rocket Valtic, X80 Proto, iMorgan, and Infernus Classic. And for Twitch Prime, there is the free Kazakhstan station, $200,000 simply given to you for free, as well as 80% off the Patriot Stretch and the Sultan Classic, as well as 60% off the Vagrant. If you're not familiar with Twitch Prime yet and you want to know more about it, there's an eye in the top right of your screen. And if you have Twitch Prime and you're not yet using it, feel free to consider me by clicking the link in the description down below. And if you want personal advice on discounts this week, personally I'd say if you never played the Doomsday Heist, get yourself a facility. For 40% off, you can enjoy the Doomsday Heist if you've never done that before. In terms of vehicles, there are some cool options here that you could go for. The iMorgan is a sports car that will be especially useful in races that require a lot of acceleration and generally will have a lot of corner, and with that I mean more than usual. The Infernus Classic is also a nice car if you want to use something else than the Cheetah or the Turismo Classic and still be relatively competitive. It's not as fast, but it's something different to drive too. And last but not least, definitely the Gauntlet Classic Custom, a muscle car that, while not super competitive with the top dogs there, it's definitely a fun drive to have, and for only about $500,000 you can also get yourself a lot of customizations on it. And if you're someone who has Twitch Prime, there's definitely the Sultan Classic and the Vagrant very much worthwhile picking up. Sultan Classic, also a car that is also relatively useful on the off-road type of races too. So if you're looking for something that does both on-road and off-road well, with a lot of grip and traction as well as acceleration, then the Sultan Classic is going to be your new best friend. Vagrant obviously being the best off-road car, and also just in general being a very interesting car and can be a little bit of a handful at times, but that also makes it a lot of fun to drive too. Premium race for this week is taking off luck to supers. The car you're going to be using for this one is definitely either going to be the Krieger or the Amorous. Our seat time trial this week will be Construction Site 1 and the regular time trial will be Observatory. And of course a quick and easy $100,000 for each of them if you manage to beat them. And if you need the guide for them, I'll be uploading one for that later today. So make sure to stay tuned for the channel for that. But with all that said and with all that done, that was it for this one. Thank you also very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. And if you really like what you see on the channel, consider becoming a member. Like Chloe, A Loose Fire, Robert, Captain Price, and Dr. Strangelove. Join them and all the other fellow members by clicking the join button down below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.